C-dramas in 2025 just aren't hitting like they used to. Audiences are tuning out, dropping shows midway, or skipping them entirely. So what's going wrong? Here are the biggest reasons viewers say 2025 dramas are flopping. Oversaturation of releases. Too many dramas are airing at once, and viewers can't keep up. Instead of following multiple shows week by week, many drop them midway or postpone them to binge later. This makes heat rankings misleading. A drama might seem unpopular even if it's just competing for attention. In May alone, Aichi released A Love Never Lost, Tencent dropped Prisoner of Beauty, and Youku launched Legend of Zonghai, forcing audiences to pick just one. One viewer admitted, "I stopped The Princess Gambit at episode 12, not because I disliked it, but because I wanted to pay full attention in one go." Another explained, "There's too many. You get a minimum of 3 popular ones released at the same time, and I can only focus on one of the 3. Many viewers delay engagement altogether. When there are too many shows dropping at once, it's impossible to watch them all, so I wait until some finish and then binge them." Oversaturation spreads attention thin and can make even solid dramas appear like flops. Actor overexposure. Viewers are growing fatigued seeing the same actors appear in multiple dramas within a few months. In 2025, Liu Yuning, Chung Lei by Liu, and Liu Shui each starred in 3 different series, saturating the screen and making it harder for audiences to distinguish their characters. One fan admitted, "I was watching Zhang Lingyi in Cunning Palace, then in Love's Rebellion I thought his acting was the same, so I dropped the drama. I then tried Princess Royal but also dropped it." Another said, "I saw Bai Lu in Northwards but didn't want to see her again immediately in another drama, so I skipped Moonlight, Mystique and Feud. I need a long enough break to forget their previous roles." Many viewers also feel the industry is stifling new talent. It's heavy seeing the same actor or actress over and over again. No new talent is shining. The industry used to be so diverse with actors. This constant overexposure makes even strong dramas harder to enjoy, simply because audiences are tired of repetition. Formulaic storytelling. Many recent dramas recycle the same tired formulas. Cold, toxic male leads paired with clueless female leads, endless revenge arcs that turn into romance, and yet another transmigration or rebirth plot. What's the point of watching something that feels like you've seen it 1,000 times? One viewer asked. Even shows that promise freshness fall back on familiar tropes. Revenge dramas often abandon actual payback for romance. The male lead's only redeeming quality are his looks, and someone gets turned into a nonsense villain with a fake obsession, a fan noted. Overused dynamics, endless misunderstandings and childhood connections make stories predictable. Settings also lack variety. The leads are always royalty or high class. Just once, give the role to a concubine, a maid, or even a woodcutter, a fan joked. This repetition is reinforced by audience demand. Shows that deliver cliches and sweet moments generate short-term buzz, encouraging producers to copy successful formulas rather than innovate. These metrics dictate what dramas get made and who gets cast. If revenge costume drama gets buzz, that's exactly what we'll be watching, even in 2030, one fan observed. Even devoted fans unintentionally contribute to this cycle by promoting projects tied to idols regardless of quality. The result is an industry trapped by its own audience, endlessly recycling formulas instead of taking creative risks, leaving viewers increasingly fatigued. Weak scripts and pacing issues. Many dramas start strong but quickly lose their way. Incomplete scripts often lead to uneven pacing and bloated midsections filled with filler. A Dream Within a Dream is a clear example. What began as a witty comedy stretched into 40 episodes of recycled gags. Fans also complain about mismatched marketing. "We love a trailer, but when we open the episode it's a totally different style and story," one viewer said. Others note that writers burn through their best material early, then rely on tropes, management favorites, and product placement. "Pretty dresses can't keep the audience anymore," another added. "Why must every drama be about a cheating husband and a stay-at-home mom finding herself?" One fan asked. Another concluded, "I'd rather spend 3 hours on a guilty pleasure vertical drama than 27 hours slogging through 40 episodes of recycled tropes." Declining acting skills. Viewers say the gap between looks and acting ability is growing. Producers often cast idols with big fan bases over trained actors, resulting in dramas that look polished but feel empty. It's one thing if you have a great actor stuck with a weak script. But when you combine bad acting and a mediocre story, you get a flop, even if the production and costumes are impressive, one fan explained. The drop in acting quality is especially noticeable compared to older dramas. A good actor can pull you into the story, even if the plot is ridiculous. But now too many dramas focus on visuals, another viewer said. Even skilled actors lose impact when audiences can predict every move. Lu Shui always plays the stoic hero. Yang Yang and Zhu Jingyi must be hot and pretty in every drama. Lu Yuning is always a cold and aloof general, one person noted. Some fans acknowledge that young actors need experience, but the current imbalance is hurting dramas. At its worst, shows are beautiful on the surface but hollow and forgettable once the novelty of the cast wears off. Butchering adaptations, censorship, and investor interference. Many recent big IP dramas are losing viewers because of poor adaptations and heavy outside influence. Instead of honoring the novels that made them popular, producers often alter plots and characters to satisfy censorship or add unnecessary subplots. Fans call these Frankenstein dramas, stitched-together messes that frustrate both book readers and casual viewers. Censorship adds another layer of complication. Rules now demand villains be punished and characters follow strict moral codes. Maybe censorship is flattening the characters too much. Having a little gray makes a character interesting, but now they're bland, one viewer said. Certain genres, including palace dramas, face stricter scrutiny than before. Reincarnation stories and BL content are forbidden. Investors compound the issue, pressuring producers to prioritize safe, marketable content over originality. Investors pressure directors and scriptwriters to do what they want, so you end up with subpar dramas that flop, because the audience isn't stupid, a fan argued. Casting decisions are increasingly driven by marketability rather than talent. For example, in one drama, Chen Zhiyuan and Wu Jinyan fought over billing because investors wanted to capitalize on his rising popularity. Changing viewing habits. Long-form C-dramas are struggling as audiences shift to short, bingeable content. Miniseries and vertical formats on platforms like Douyin and TikTok have shortened attention spans, especially among Gen Z. I never got into long shows because the plot just dragged too much. Short dramas take the best parts of plays and miniseries, though you still have to filter through the junk plots, one fan explained. The shift is also generational. Hits like Ashes of Love and Yanqi Palace thrived when families watched TV together. Today, younger viewers spend that time gaming, scrolling apps, or streaming short-form stories, making it hard for 40-plus episode series to compete. Economic pressures add another layer. Subscriptions for iQIYI, Youku, and Tencent have dropped while piracy rises. Only die-hard fans pay to boost their idols' numbers. Changing habits, tighter wallets, and fierce digital competition have made it harder than ever for long-form dramas to hold attention. That's not to say there weren't any hits in 2025, but compared to previous years, there were clearly more duds. So, what's behind C-drama's struggles this year?